All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on the part of the world you're joining. I'm so excited to organize this session. Uh, Actually, it's meant for the money mindset click, but we've opened this up particularly for more people to join. So it's an honor to welcome you, Your Excellency. It's the first session I'm running for the year on personal finance. Happy New Year, compliment of the season. I mean, I wish everyone a prosperous 2026. Today's section is going to last for 90 minutes. I will try as much as possible to keep it to 90 minutes. But before we also start, it's going to be an opportunity to run through what exactly today's session, does it look like? Uh, what are we going to achieve? What are we not going to achieve? So let's start. Uh, I'm going to quickly go back to the slide. So first and foremost, I think for those who don't know me, or maybe for those who are just joining this session, before I run through the objective, let me just introduce myself. My name is Razak Adekoya. I'm going to be your personal finance coach all through this journey. Some persons might know me as someone who work in the development space, but one of the things I'm really passionate about is how people can take cognizance of that word, personal finance, and how people can be much more deliberate in their life, in their journey about how they invest their time in when it comes to personal finance. So today, I really want you to take attention. And you might be asking, what's your background? So I have a background in accounting, I have an executive MBA, but not just that. I've been able to work with different people privately to look into their personal finance. And I've seen how people get tremendous results when they have a structured plan about their personal finance journey. And so for this reason, I would be the one taking you through this session today. And I hope to do this every first Saturday of the year for those who are just joining. And if you have not watched or listened to any of my past episodes, then maybe you just check me out on YouTube, Money Mindset with Razak. I'll talk about other things towards the end of this session. But what are the things we're going to cover in this session today? Number one, I will be running you through a personal finance plan. Let's even self-assess ourselves. Let's know where we are when it comes into the journey. That's something I love doing anytime I run a personal finance class. Number two, that I'll be doing today is to take you through what entails and what does not entails when it comes to personal finance planner. And number three, what or where should you invest your money this year? Please, if your mic is unmuted, please mute your mic, please. Thank you. I'll be talking you through where should you invest your money this year. And number four, more of a kind of encouragement and the things you need to change in terms of your behavior and your mindset. So these are what I will be taking you through on the session today. So if you don't mind, for some people on the call, you might have done this assessment before, but this is the beginning of 2026, and it will be good for you to revalidate it. If you have just joining or just knowing for the first time, it's a 26 question we'll first run, and we just want to take a stock. I want you to accept yourself. So please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Please, Pico, if you're just joining, please mute your mic. Thank you. So one of the things I want you to do, grab a pen, grab a jotter. Let's go through this question together. Let's see where are you when it comes to the personal finance journey. I really want you to be honest to yourself, not to me, to yourself. So if you have your pen and your jot down, let's go. I'll be asking you 26 questions, and it's just a yes or no. So you can just write one yes. You don't need to type into the chat box. just write it into the pen. Yeah, just write it in your paper. So pick your paper, write yes or no. So if you are ready, if you don't mind, if anyone who is ready, do a thumbs up or in the chat box by saying ready. I just want to be sure people are following me. If you can do a thumbs up or in the chat box, just say ready. Please do that. Yeah. I just want to be sure you are with me. Anyone, just to be sure, and if anyone can if you can, just let me know you're ready. Grab that pen, grab your pen, grab your. So let's start. It's going to be a 26 question. I just need you to write yes or no to this question. Then we'll come back later and talk much more when it comes to a structure. And this is self-assessment. It's you assessing yourself. So, number one, do you have a personal finance planner? Number one, do you have a personal finance planner? Just yes or no. Yeah, that's the first. Let's start from there. Pick your pen, pick your jotter for those who can. And if you cannot, just follow the trends and let's see how many yes or no you have. Question number one, do you have a personal finance planner that was developed for you by your personal finance coach? Yes or no? Number two, do you use a monthly automated budgeting template? That is every month before you spend your money, for those who are salary earners, before you receive your salary. And if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, before you even pay yourself salary, do you have an automated monthly budgeting template that you use to track your expenses? Yes or no? If it is yes, just write yes. If it's no, just write no. Question number three. Question number three. Are you completely free of debts? Are you completely free of debt? And when we say if you are completely free of debt, we are talking of both good and bad debts. Keep in mind there are good debts. Good debts, you borrow money to buy house, mortgage. That's a good debt. Bad debt, you know what I mean. Huh? You borrow money for a Chevy. If you do that, so we either of the way, and let me shock you. If you also have an unfulfilled promise, yeah, that you've committed to someone, yes or no. If you have that, just write yes or no. Question number four. Do you know your complete comprehensive financial worth? As you are right now, every time they talk about Dangote worth this, Otedala worth that. At least, do you even have a stock to say this is what I worth financially, and this is my worth financially? I just want to be sure you have that. It's a yes or no. If it is yes, just write yes. If it is no, just write no. Question number five. Question number five. Do you save 10% of at least 10% of your earning in an account that you don't withdraw more than twice in a year? Do you save at least 10% of your earning in an account you don't withdraw more than twice in a year? That's question number five. So I'll take it again. Question number one. Do you have a personal finance planner? Just yes or no. Question number one. That's it. Number two, do you use an automated budgeting template? Monthly, do you use an automated budgeting template? For some of you, you work in an organization and you even know for most time when you ask that artisan to come and work for you, next time they should give you budget before you can pay them money. That's the breakdown of what you want to do. Yeah. For those who work in a proper structured environment, before you can spend or implement any intervention or do any activities, you always do a budget. So for your own money, your salary that you earn every month, do you have an automated budgeting template to use? Question number three, are you free of debt? Are you owing any debt? Yes or no? Yeah. This includes promises. Number four, do you know your financial worth? Do you know your financial worth? Yes or no? Question number 5. Do you save at least 10% of your earning in an account you don't withdraw more than twice in a year? Question number 6. If you don't earn for the next 6 months, can you survive? Question number 6. If you don't earn for the next 6 months, yeah, God forbid, something happened to you right now. You can't even work because you're an entrepreneur. I know you're an entrepreneur. And then you cannot even work for 6 months. Will you be able to survive? And for those who are 9 to 5, emergency happened, you're out of job. What happened to you? Will you be able to survive? Number 7, do you have a viable property? I'm not talking of the land that does not have documentation that you have in Umukuro. No, that's not the one I'm talking about. Do you have a property that with a complete documentation? Yes or no? Question number 8, do you own a habitable house? Do you own a habitable house? Question number 8, do you own a habitable house? A house that's completed, yeah? If it is still ongoing, God will, God will, I pray God gives you the finance for you to complete it. But if it's not, then I think your answer will be no to this. Question number 9, do you have a functioning health insurance? Yeah? Every time you fall sick, it's out of pocket expenses for you. I just want a yes or no. For those who are working maybe 9 to 5, you might be lucky. And I've seen entrepreneurs who do. But oftentimes when people fall sick, and sometimes you don't think about, at least for yourself or your family, do you have a functioning health insurance? Question number 10, is your investment portfolio robust? Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Hello, madam. Please mute your mic.
You are trying to convince me that I never can.
Okay. Sorry, please let me try. Please mute your mic. Let me quickly check the list.
Maybe we should just mute all Razak.
To get girlfriend.
I think you can mute from your end. You can mute her from your end.
I will do that. I need to quickly.
The guy, that boy is up to 20. Nothing is what he has engaged himself in.
Trying to even check who is the person.
Let me try and disabuse my
mind. Sense Arewa.
Okay.
Sense Arewa.
Sorry, I'll do that job.
Thank you for the advice. Thank you for the advice.
Sorry, mute yourself. Set Arewa.
Sense Arewa.
I think she probably joined and just dropped her device somewhere.
Yeah.
Most of them must have
I don't think it's a person. I don't think it's a person.
Why don't you try mute all, Razak? Maybe that would.
Huh?
Don't you try to mute all?
Sorry, I've done that. So I've muted everybody. Sorry, I was trying to just mute the individual, but I've muted all now. Thank you. All right, so I'll go back to the slides. Sorry about that. Question number 10. I was asking, do you have a robust, diverse portfolio? Question number 10. And when we talk about you having a diverse portfolio, basically it's just asking you, do you have your assets and your investments spread across asset equities? Do you have that? Not just that you have all your eggs in one basket. So that's what that question is doing. Let's go to question number 11 because we've lost a bit of time. Do you have a functioning education insurance for your child? Yes or no? even if that child is unborn. Because oftentimes, particularly for those who have kids, yeah, I'm working because of you. I'm working because of these children. Do you have a functioning education insurance for them, for those children? Because God forbid, life happens. If anything happened to you, will those children still be able to go to school? Someone once asked me, what should be the ideal money if I don't have children? And what I do tell people is, if you don't have a child and you're thinking, in the Nigeria of today, if you want your child to do anything between medium and high quality education, at least medium, maybe from primary to secondary to university, you need a minimum of 25 million there. So do you have an education insurance that even speaks, even if it is 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 million, that you are doing so you to protect against any unforeseen circumstance for those children? Number 12, do you invest in mutual fund? Yes or no? Do you invest in mutual funds? I just need you to write yes or no. Question number 13. Every month, your bank sends you a monthly statement. Every month. I know that for sure. At least for Nigeria, for those who are joining from Nigeria. Do you reconcile that bank statement every month? When they send it to you, do you open it to even see what are the things I spent money? What do I spend on? What do I don't spend on? Do you do that for your bank statement every month? Yes or no? It's you. You don't need to lie to me. And that's why I say keep that to yourself. Question number 14. Do you even have stocks of companies? Do you have stocks in companies? Yeah? Do you even buy stocks at all in any company, be it halal, or for those who say, oh, I only want to do ethical stocks? Yeah? Or general, do you have stocks at all? That's question number 14. Yes or no? Question number 15. Do you have an active life insurance for yourself? Life insurance. If you have it, then you will know what it is. Question number 16. Do you have any form of products or any form of what's it called? Investment that helps you to reduce your tax? You see, next year, this year, 2026 rather, we've seen how tax is coming. And everybody will feel it, particularly those who earn a bit high. Those who are low earners might not feel the impact. Rather, their tax might even reduce. But I'm sure this is not anything illegal. There are ways in which you can reduce your tax. So do you even have any form of investment that helps you to reduce your tax? If you have it, then you will know it. It's a yes or no. Question number 17. Do you have a documented will? Do you have a documented will? Life happens. You see it in movies. And we've seen instances where people even have just 2 children, and those children will almost kill themselves because of their father's property. Do you have anything around this? And I'm sure many of us will also say, I'm still young. And for some those who are old, what did I have that I'm having will? Yes, I know you might not have house, but let me shock you. As simple as your, what's it called? As simple as your RSA, your pension, in case you don't know, as simple as your pension, if you die today and you don't have a will, for those who are lawyers, you would know what I'm saying. The biggest problem to that effect is that your family will have to go through what they call letter of administration, because the only way you can get your pension from your pension account, the money in your bank account, the only way your family can get it if you die is for you to go through what they call letter of administration. And you see, that letter of administration is not something that will take you 1 month, 2 months. It can take you 6 months, 1 year. I mean, in case you found people who have gone through it, then you understand what I'm saying. So do you have a documented will for yourself? Yes or no? Question number 18. Do you earn in the recommended frequency? And when we talk of recommended frequency, I'm talking of daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And somebody will like, Abba, how will I be able to earn from this? Let's just take it to be calm about that. If you have stocks, then you must be earning dividends. and that dividend means they have been paying it to you annually. That's one. If you have mutual funds, you must be earning quarterly, because your mutual funds supposed to be giving, at least your money markets supposed to be giving you return every quarter. If you have a 9-to-5 job, then you should be earning salary. If you are a business or entrepreneur, then you should be earning on a daily or weekly basis. So what I'm asking you for this question is that, do you have at least, can you say you have 3 out of this 5? Can you say you have 3 sorts of, out of this 5, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually? Looking at all the questions I've asked you so far, question number 19, are you satisfied with the impact you are making to the world? It's you. It's all about you. Everybody has level of satisfaction. If you're satisfied with the impact you feel you're making to the world, amazing. Thumbs up. If you're not, then it's a no. It's you. Just write it down. Number 20, do you earn for 4 streams of income? Number 20, do you earn from 4 streams of income? So when we talk about frequency, this one is streams, yeah? And when we talk about streams, we are talking of physical products, physical service, digital products, digital service. If you go to work, maybe you work in a bank, you work in, government, that's more physical service. Physical products, you sell clothes, you sell this, that's physical products. Digital products, maybe you have as simple as ebook. That's the digital product that at least you earn from that. And digital service, maybe for example, the way I'm organizing this webinar now, people are paying, or even maybe I do more of a consultation, or even I create content on YouTube, or maybe you post so well on Facebook that Facebook pays you. Yeah, so those are 4 streams. Ask yourself, if you have 3 out of this, then it's yes. If you don't have up to that, then the answer is no. Let's go to question 21. Question 21. Now, if you are above 40, not even 45 anymore, do you have at least 72 million in your pension account? And I have heard that people who are entrepreneurs will say, why will I need a pension account? In case you don't know, the law have allowed you. Those who are entrepreneurs now have what they have what we call micro pension. So, do you have up to this? Now, in case you're asking and you're shouting, when will I have 45 million in my account? Let me give you the breakdown, because even this 72 million, it's not going to be realistic anymore. Let me give you the reason why I said, do you have up to this in your pension account? So that in case you don't have up to this, you can start thinking about how you want to create a pool of money in your pension. Let me give you an example. Number 1, if you start working by 60, let's assume by God's grace, you live 30 years afterwards. And that's our prayer, that you live long after you retire from what I call active retirement. If you spend 200,000, at least if your pension can give you 200K every month, 200K times 12, that's 2.4 million. 2.4 million times 10, that's 10 years, that's 24 million. 24 times 3, that's 72. So that's how that money comes about. So that means if you have that, at least your pension can be paying you to 200K every month. Now, ask yourself, by the time you retire, do you think 200K will be enough for you to live your life without any child or any additional support? So I really want to ask you, do you have up to this? Or do you think by the time you are getting closer, you can have up to this? There are pension calculators. If you need access to that, please reach out. 22, do you avoid buying consumer items on credit? Yes or no? Basically here, I know some of us, before salary comes, we are already spending. Half of or 70% of salary is even gone into borrowing, buying foods. Anything that you buy that is not giving you income is more of a consumer credit. Of course, we cannot, as long as you are buying this thing from your earning, fine. But if you are buying them on credit, we call them consumer credits. So it's a yes or no for you. You just write it down. 23, do you spend less than you earn? Yeah, it's just more about your spending pattern. Or you spend more than you earn. It's a yes or no. Think about it. 24, if your main source of income, remember the first time I said if you don't work for 6 months. Now I'm twisting it again. If your main source of income, assuming you have multiple streams of income, but the major one, if it ceases today, do you have other source of income that can enable you to at least flourish, that can enable you to still live on life? Think about that. That main source of income you've got, do you have other, if it ceases today, do you have other means of income that will still enables you to live on? That's question number 24. I haven't listened again to all the questions I've asked. I want to ask you one more time. Are you in control of your financial future? Are you in control of your financial future? And last but not the least, 26, do you have your retirement plan documented? Do you have your retirement plan documented? These are the 26 questions. It's a yes or no. I want you to take your time quickly. Count the number of years you've got. If you have taken this test before, I'm sure you know your numbers. If this is your first time, then amazing. Count the number of years you've got. Count the number of no's you have. Now, this is it. If you have more than 6 no, then I am sorry to tell you this. Your personal finance is weak, but you are not alone. If you have more than 6 no, your personal finance is weak. However, you are not alone. And big shout out to one of my dear friend, Coach Toberi, who back then who crafted some of this kind of question for all personal finance coaches. But I just want you to self-reflect. How did you feel? For some people, the first time they take this test, they have as much as 21, 25 no's. That's fine. Today, I'm sure maybe the no's have reduced. For some people, if you're just listening for the first time, how many no's do you have? How do you feel? Because sometimes you think you are earning well, but now this is a personal finance assessment test. You can see that you're not probably doing as much as you can do with the earning you've got. Because it's not about earning millions. It's about structure. It's about how you put your money to test. It's about how you structure your income. It's about how you structured your personal finances. So that's the first thing I want to talk to you about today. That it is not about what you earn. It is about how you structured your finances. A lot of us are working 10 years, 20 years, but we don't structure our finances. We're just working, living life part-time. That's good. But you need to think about what if. So today, the first thing I want to talk to you about is for you to think, even if you cannot get the money to pay a personal finance coach like myself, what should I plan? How should I have my personal finance plan? That's the first thing I want to talk to you about today. Number one, which is the first thing you should start with, at least budgeting. No one can invest in their personal finance without thinking about budgeting. For God's sake, I just still don't know till today why you cannot budget the money you have. It's your money. Some of you, you've earned for all through January to December 2025 last year. But if I ask you, how did you spend that money? You cannot bring one single book out to show how you've spent the money. But every time you shout about your government not being accountable, why are you behaving the same way your government is behaving? Abba, it's your money. In that organization you work, for those who do 9 to 5, before you do anything, before you implement one activity or you do any intervention, you do a budget. but your own salary, no budget. The money will just come. You calculate everything in your head. If I give Ngozi 20K, I will give this. Okay. Then you start bringing calculator and start plussing it. Whereas you cannot write to structure how you plan your money. See, no one can be successful if they cannot be accountable for the money they earn. You need to be more accountable. And that's the first thing I want you to do with. You need to be more accountable with your money. Number 2, risk. How are you mitigating risk? See, life comes with what if. What if your parent died today and you know you are Christian? You know they are in the East. You are living in Lagos. You will need to travel. You will need money. Yet there is funeral plan. There is funeral insurance. You are not doing it. And you know you are the first child. That expenses is going to be on you. Yet you are not thinking about it. You know you fly around because of the nature of your job. What if the airplane crash one day? What if you sleep and you don't wake up? You have 4 children, no education insurance, and yet you say you are structuring and you are planning for them. What if accident happen tomorrow and yet you cannot work? Your organization, after 3 months, they ask you to leave, that they cannot continue footing the bill. What if? You know you are an entrepreneur, you are a gig entrepreneur, you only have 1 laptop, and yet you go around with that laptop. If you enter one chance and they collect that laptop from your hand, what if? What will you be able to do to them? What if? What if? We saw how, for those who work in development space, you saw how USAID came last year, January, between January and March, and people go out of job. What if? So do you have a risk plan? That's the second thing I want you to think about. Do you have a risk plan for yourself? Do you have a plan when it comes to risk? Are you structuring? Because risk happens to anyone. No one has immunity against risk. What you have is to plan against it. It's like people, when we talk about polio, we say, let's give children immunization, let's give them vaccine. When they take vaccine, it serves as an immunizer for them. What if? Number 3 that I want to talk about as part of your personal finance plan. What's your investment game plan? Do you have an investment game plan? Do you have how you structure the bit of your investments? One of the things I've come to see is that people earn money and they first remove all their expenditure before they think about investment. One of the things I've tried to encourage people is you need to have a much more structured plan. In fact, as for people who are in my community, one of the things I tell them is structure your 5-year goal plan. And if you are the one that believes in annual resolution, so be it. Everybody's belief is fine. But structure it around 5 things: your professional, your health, your financial, your spiritual, and your family or community. Pick at least any of these areas. So again, back to you. What's your investment plan? What will you save this year or last year? I said I'm going to save towards this. You need to have a clear investment plan, and not just investment plan. I don't want you to save money for the sake of saving. I want you to be asking yourself, what am I saving for? What am I planning for? What's your investment plan? You really need to have one. And this is one of the things that entails when it comes to your personal finance. Number 4. Of course, if you think about budget, if you think about the risk, because for every risk, you have to look for a way to have a mitigation. If you think about your investment plan, you need the streams of income. You need the money that will finance it. So, what are the streams of income you have? Remember, we talk about those 4 levels: physical product, physical service, digital product, digital service. They are not much. Just ask yourself, how can I tap into any of this? It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as asking yourself, how can I ensure that I have at least 2 or 3 of this? So what streams of income? This is the 4th thing that must be in your personal finance plan. Number 5, when we say estate planning, people would think I'm saying build house. No, I'm talking about your will. In fact, that's the first thing I'm talking about. Your will. You are not too young to. And do you know the funniest thing? It's not expensive. In fact, if all you just want to do is to write a will, and the will is just to focus on as simple as, for example, your pension. Because oftentimes when we say it, these people think it's like a big deal because Nigerian movies have made us feel you need one big lawyer to write a will for you. No, you don't need that. You have companies that run wills. I mean, there are many companies that do that now, and the fee is so affordable. If I shock you, you don't even need up to 50,000 naira to do a will for your what we call your pension. In case you don't want to do any, maybe you think, oh, I'm a Muslim. I mean, it's not good for us to write will. Or I don't even have anything. But every month, your employer take pension from your salary. You don't need up to 50,000. Just as simple as if anything happened to me, the money in my pension account should go to A, B, C, D. Why do you want to dash people your money? There are plenty of people who have died today. Their family cannot even go and access their will. Young people. And age has nothing to do with that. Please, let's keep this in mind. So you have 20, 30, 40, 50 million in your pension account, yet you don't have a simple will that says if anything happened to you, this is how you want that money to go. You want to dash government? Huh? Are you a philanthropy? And if you want to go the next layer of your estate planning, then you can say my pension and all my money in my bank account. Some of you here, your bank account, nobody can access it if anything happened to you. Yet, the money will sit down there and the marketer in that bank, they will hear or know, or your bank manager or account manager or account officer will just hear you've gone, and they'll be tracking that account for the next 1 year or 2 years to see if anybody will come. And then after you know it, they'll go back. They'll clear all the money. So are you doing that? And if you know you've gone one step further, you've got assets beyond your pension, beyond your bank account, you've owned land, you've owned houses. Do you have a will for that purpose? Yeah? Do you have a will for that purpose? The highest of this will that is very, very expensive is the third one I just talked about. You want to have will for everything, your household, your account. That's the one you even pay 500. But just as simple as your pension and your bank account is 120. Oh, I just want to do for my pension account only. I don't even have too much in my bank account, but at least make this money, may be government money. It's less than 50,000. So why can't you do that for yourself? Please. Yeah, this is 2026. It's all about taking action. And last but not the least, yeah, tax is here. I saw one of the people on the call here who are tax people. Tax is here. You need to think about how you want to reduce your tax. Yeah, it's not a crime to reduce tax. The richest of the richest people reduce tax. It's not. I'm not saying you should avoid tax. Please, it's a two different thing. Tax reduction strategy is different from tax avoidance or tax evasion. Do you have life insurance? If you have life insurance, take it to your office. It's a way to reduce. Education insurance is a way to reduce. In fact, with the new tax law, if you do what they call additional or voluntary pension contribution, is a way to reduce tax. The beauty of the voluntary pension contribution of today is that in 3 months, you can go and withdraw the money and maybe put it in another account in case you don't want to just leave it in pension. These are 5 things I want you to think about as part of the structure for your personal finance plan. Now, let's talk about where you should put your money 2026. Where should you put your money? Please, caveat, for everything I'm going to say, they are subject to changes per time. And that's why if you are a member of the Money Mindset Clique, you would have access to this information per time. But from where I sit today, and from the analysis, not just from me, but from every other analysis. Number one, before I even talk about where you should put your money, let me give you the rationale behind this. Dollar would not rise more than 10% of what it is. Rather, it's more likely going to go down. But if it will rise, it will not rise above 10% of what it is. That's the outlook for 2026. What does that mean? if you are hedging your investment in dollar and majority of your expenses is in naira, then be careful. However, if majority of your expenditure is in dollar, then please continue investing in dollar. But if you are the type that is in Nigeria and majority of your expenditure is in naira, please don't overhaul dollar this time around. Dollar would likely not go above 10%. However, that's even on a 30% probability to 40%. The more likelihood is that dollar will drop. So that is an advice. But keep in mind, there will be some or a bit of turbulence around March, April, May. Never worry. It will bounce back again. That's the indication we've got. Inflation, it will drop more. Currently is about 14%. There are likelihood that that inflation will probably drop more, except if those who are in charge of our monetary policy, the regulators, don't do what they should do, particularly because of political expenditures, expenses coming from political campaign. Of course, more of those expenses will happen much, much more between late 2026 and early 2027 before election. So inflation will still drop a bit this year. And because inflation is going to drop, the principle is that once inflation drops, what we call interest rate or borrowing rate that the central bank actually regulates, that will drop. And as that drops, automatically, if you are putting your money in mutual funds and money market, that will also, the interest you get from there will be very low this year. Of course, because of what is going to likely happen around March, April, for now, interest rate on mutual fund would be a bit higher. You will see as much as 19, 20, 21, but it's still going to drop. By the end of the year, I don't see any of those going less than 15% or even a bit lesser. So where should you put your money? Honestly, for me, this year, I'll advise you, the equity market, stock, please put your money there. I remember last year, 2025, when I advised someone, buy stocks into MTN. The stocks the person purchased at around 280, less than 300, around April, March, early last year. MTN ended about 500 naira per stock. It's more than almost 100%. In fact, if you really invest in the stock market, particularly Nigerian stock market last year, you should not make nothing less than 40 to 50%. Yeah, I'm speaking with facts and numbers. So I say it again, this year, invest more in stocks. There'll be 3 stocks I'm going to be putting my bet on. And please, I'm saying this with caveats. Things will change per time. MTN from the telecom side, GTB from the banking industry, Nestle from the foods and manufacturing industry. I'm going to put a bet on those 3. But more important, I'm going to put my first bet on MTN. So if you are to buy stocks, of course, I will share more with those who are in the community. But those 3, at least, put your heads into it. You would make more of it, and you will come back to testify to that. Number 2, of where you should consider putting your money this year, if you're thinking of investment, long-term bonds. Because over the period of time, our interest rate is going to drop and inflation rate is going to drop. So because of that, those kind of interest rates we are seeing, for example, on money market or mutual fund or treasury bills, will drop. But if you put your money in bonds, let me explain what is even a bond for those who don't know. A bond is a means in which government will say, government could, for example, I want to finance XY budget, and they will borrow money from you. And when they borrow that money from you, then they will be giving you a return or interest every quarter. For sometimes it's 180. And to be honest, I think whether we like it or not, in the past 10, 15 years, Nigerian government has been very, very successful with the bond. So don't think because it's government, because we've lost trust in government. I think when it comes to bond, our bond rating has been very, very good. If you are lucky to see a bond that is euro-based bond or dollar-based bond, please buy them. The reason I'm saying this is that bonds are fixed. What does that mean? If you buy a bond now and they tell you the income, the interest rate on it is 18% or 15% or 19%, as long as you've tapped into it, that interest rate is not going to change over the time. Even if it's for 10 years, it's not going to change. But when you do things like treasury bills, money market, mutual funds, the implication about that is that as the market reacts, the interest rate for those ones will drop, meaning that you will not make more money on it. But if, for example, you have 1 million, 10 million, 20 million, and you can fix it in a money market in a long-term fixed bond, perfect. The only thing you need to do is the discipline that when you receive the interest that they pay you every quarter or every 6 months, if you've got the discipline, just reinvest that money maybe in the mutual fund at least. Yeah. So that's the second thing I'm going to put my head on this year, that if you are thinking, think about that, particularly for long-term savings. Number 3, I would still not take away equity. Mutual fund. If you have money for short term, just want to play around 6 months, 1 year, please, you can still put your money in treasury bills or mutual funds. Yeah. For people who knows me, my best bet is always Cowrywise first. And if you want to do Stanbic, that's absolutely fine. But that's my number 3. Number 4, precious stones. This year, for those who play a bit in it, precious stones basically means things like gold, diamond, jewelry. And I'm not a fan of not saying you should not buy jewelries. Please feel free. But one of the things I've come to realize is that no matter how good your jewelry is, it's always mixed. It's not pure gold. So I'm a big fan of asking and encouraging people to buy gold bars if you can. If you observe this 2025, gold went the high mark of as much as 4,000 USD. And that is going to happen more this year. It's not going to be jump as significant as the way he jumped last year. I need to put caveat. Last year, 2025, the price of gold went as much as 60%. But from analysts and from all indication, gold is still going to move and end about $5,000 this year in 2026. So that's still a whooping 25% increase. So I will encourage you, if you can, buy gold bars, buy precious stones. And if you are the type that prefer jewelry, still fine. It's your choice. And last but not the least, real estate. However, I kept that on the last but not the least, because I really want you to be able to ensure that you have assets that can be liquid enough for you in case of emergency. So if you have equity stock, you can sell. If you have long-term bond, of course, you can't sell, but you can make some money from it every quarter or 6 months, depending on the way the bond is structured. If you have treasury bills, you can make interest or money from it every quarter. If you have your gold or your precious stone, God forbid anything happen, you can go and sell it. But your real estate is not as easy as that. If you own a land or a house, to sell it is not going to be very easy. So these are 5 areas I think you should think about when it comes to investment in 2026. So I'll take it on again. Equity, I've put my bet on 3 stocks, MTN, GTB, Nestle. Those are my 3 stocks for this year. There are other stocks, but I'm not going to talk about that here. For those who are in the money mindset community, I think we'll talk more about other stocks you can invest. And that doesn't mean if you're outside Nigeria, please do your dollar stocks too. It's not that it's bad. I put a caveat because of the Donald Trump agenda of weakening the value of dollar. Yeah. You will see that those are some of the things that is helping, and because helping us, why you see the dollar coming down. So if you know your expenditure is more in dollar, please, I'm putting a caveat, please invest more in dollar investment. But if your investment is more of a Nigeria in Naira, then please do more when it comes to this. So equity, which is stocks, I'm betting on that. That's going to be very juicy this year. long-term bonds. I'm going to put a bit of bond on that. If you have money for long-term investment, please do more of that. Long-term investment. I put a quote on that. 3, your mutual fund is not going to be bad, particularly for short-term investment. Do more of that. If you just have money you can play around with for 6 months, 1 year, please do more on that. 4, precious stone. Dollar is going to go up. Gold is going to go up this year. I can put a bet on it. At least you will see nothing less than 20-25% on the worth of your gold this year. And last but not the least, real estate. So that's where I think you should put your money if you're considering investment in 2026. So what are the things I feel you need to do more in terms of your lifestyle? What do you think you need to do more with your lifestyle? Number 1, improve on your association. You see, this year, a lot of equity is going to be what I call private equity. Not all business or opportunity you see in the public, the way you were seeing it before. If you see more of it in the public, be wary. Yeah, the most and the juicy of those investments are happening more in private.
Hello, sir. Can you take the slide a little bit back?
Please mute yourself if you're talking. So association.
Yes. Hello,
I need
sir.
to quickly
Can
mute.
you
What
take
is
the slide a little
Oh, is
bit
it not
back?
changing?
No, it went to conclusion.
Oh, sorry. I'm coming. I'm sorry. Let me stop my screen sharing and I will start it again. Sorry, I'm coming. Okay, sorry, can you see the slide now? Is the slide showing now? Sorry.
Yes, but it's on conclusion.
It's on what?
Conclusion.
It's on computer.
It's on conclusion.
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me take it back off. I've got me in. Let me take it back off. What slide are you seeing now?
Okay.
Perfect.
Yes,
Thank you.
lifestyle.
All right, thank you. So, number 1 that I want to talk about, association. I really want to talk about this. Yeah? What association are you forming? Who are the people in your circle? Because this is very, very important. If you all spend your time, look at your phone. Pick your phone today after this call. Look at your contacts. Is it everybody just your work colleague? Everybody, 80% of the people on your phone are people in your office. And then maybe the next your church member and then your family. No association outside those 3 places. Be wary. You need to think a bit more. Yeah, you need to think a bit more of creating association. Go outside your comfort zone. I mean, build networks. Thanks to my friend Donodi on the call. I mean, that's the person who introduced me to Rotary Club, who registered me. Go out, Toastmasters, Lion, go out there. I mean, join association. Be intentional about that. I beg you, be intentional about the association you are creating.
Very, very important.
Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Number 2, optimism versus expectation. As much as 2026, I'm always positive, outward looking. I am begging you, manage your expectation. You see, I've always said this over and over. Frustration is a product of high expectation. When you have too much of high expectation and you're not getting it, then you start feeling frustrated. Manage your expectation, please. Yeah? This life is too short than this one offend you, everyone offend you, and you're keeping malice up and down, bottling it up. Manage your expectation. You can't continue. Choose your battle. You can't continue fighting conflicts. I mean, think about that. And I really want to urge you to please manage your expectation. Things can go sour, particularly when it comes to investment. Relationship can go the other way, but manage your expectation. Understand, it's life. Life happens. Number 3, the compound effect. The compound effect. You see, every successful thing you do, be it money, be it attitude, is as a result of a compound effect. It's a compound effect of your consistency. For example, I was telling someone around expectation that can you do something for yourself? And probably maybe if you are the type that you are having issues, I mean, with people, with the world, can you for once tell yourself, from today, I want to have a journal. And all I just want to write is the beautiful things that happen to me every day. Can you focus more on that rather than the negative things that happen to you? Can you do that for over a period of 1 month, 2 months, and now see what it's going to? If you're a student of science, you will hear about the Fibonacci series. And in case you don't even know, just pick your phone, go to ChatGPT, and put as simple as ChatGPT, if I save 50,000 naira every month for the next 20 years, and the interest rate is 10% per annum, how much will I have at the end of 20 years? It might look simple, right? But put it in your ChatGPT and see the kind of response it's going to give you. So you realize it's going to be powerful. Oftentimes we forget the power of compound. Compounding is powerful. I use the word powerful. I've seen how you do those things regularly and consistently, and you see how it gives you results. So again, as part of what I'll urge you, invest more in compound effect. Little habits, simple habits. You want to gym. Don't start with the mindset that you want to do 1 hour every day. Just tell yourself, if all I can do is 5 minutes daily, and be consistent with it. If all you can do is just to walk into your house, buy a dumbbell of 4 kg, 5 kg, and talk to your coach, personal fitness coach, and just carry it up, down, up, down. Do it for just 2-3 minutes and tell yourself, I'll be doing this every day, and see the consistency that comes with it. The compound effect. The last but not the least, and I want to beg you in the name of God, in the name of whatever you believe in, invest in your personal development and your health. That's what I call PH. Invest in your personal development and your health. I beg you again, invest in your personal development and your health. You see, everything you want to be in life, without your personal development and your health, you cannot achieve anything. I want to be this. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good church member. I want to work well in my office. I want to get promotion. I want to own a house. I want to own a car. I want to travel to UK. I want to do this. You want to do everything you want to be is circles around those two things. If you want to own personal development and your health, please don't outsource. Tell yourself every month, how much am I saving for my personal development? And how much am I treating myself well? Your health. And your health does not have to do with mental, it does not have to do with disease or anything. Your mental health, your well-being. Please invest in your health. I beg of you. As I wrap up in terms of conclusion, and so that we can take questions, redefine your success. Wealth versus time. How are you using your time? Yeah? Do you just want to be using your time all the time? Just everything is all about you. You cannot even sit down and let your time work for you. Let your money work for you. That's wealth. Think about that. If all your money is subject to your availability, without you don't even have any free time for yourself, you can't allow money to work for you and give it time. Then think about it. Please strengthen your passive streams of income. Yes, I know naturally we all have one dominant when it comes to our income, but your passive streams of income, please strengthen it. Invest, not save. Invest, not save. I know they've told you to save. And save. So because of that, you've kept all your money in your bank account. You can't even put it in mutual fund. As simple as that. That's a list of anything you can think of. You are always fear, risk. You are always bothered. I don't mean my risk appetite. I don't get hard for that. Abba. This life said is risky now. Who tell you wake up tomorrow? So why are you not investing? Why is it that everything is fear? Why don't you take your time to invest, to know more about what you are investing and put your money where your heart is? Be money master and not money servant. Take control of your finances. Take control of your what? Your finances. Don't let money control you. For many people who knows that old P-Square song, it said, we run things run. Are you running things or things is running you? Which of them? Are you your money servant or your money master? And last but not the least, join a structured community. Join a structured community. And one of those structured community is the Money Mindset Click, for example. It's a community of people. Last 2025, we did this. And if you also still want to join, it's open. You can join a community of people where we meet every Saturdays to share tips about personal finance. We share business opportunity, we share stocks, and we talk more about things you can do. Actually, the discount ended on December 31st. And so only those who are joining today, and it's not really much. The money we ask people to pay for that is not for me. It's more of the money we use to pay for guests, because we bring in guests as well. It's a structured class. It's for 48 weeks in a year. So, and we meet every Saturday. But if you're joining this session, of course, you've got opportunity to still participate. You will not get it at the same 30K discount that people got it, but you can still pay at least 40,000 to join that community. And if you look at it, imagine 48 weeks, 40,000. That means you are paying less than 1,000 naira for you to be part of such community every week. But if you're interested, I'll drop the details in the chat box. Having said this, it's time for question and answer. If you have question, let's take the question. Yeah, happy to take your question. What question do you have? How do you feel with the personal self-assessment? Yeah, happy to take question now. Please, you can unmute and just ask your question. Or you're still thinking about it. Question. And if you want to put it in the chat box, feel free.
Thank you very much.
Just mention your name and go ahead. Thank you.
My name is Grace.
Okay.
Thank you very much for this time. I joined a bit late, but I think I got a bit of the things that you said. And my question straightforward is around the investments with equity funds, for instance. I tried hands. I was a bit, uncertain about how it works, because the money I put in, I realized that it was that particular environment is carved as high risk. So I put in a little money and I realized it was reducing. I don't know how that works. Is it because sometimes you're afraid that, look, the whole money will just go away? And I see you encouraging us to invest in equity funds. So what do you have to say about that? I know you're very optimistic about it this year.
Okay, thank you. So when I say equity, I'm talking about stocks, Nigerian Stock Exchange, at least for now.
Okay.
Of course, you can do dollar fund, things like S&P 500. But so let me talk about stocks a bit. Yes, there is volatility in stocks. I have to put that caveat for everybody. But one thing people don't understand is that when you buy a stock can go up, go down. But the simple rule I've learned to teach people, calm down. Calm down. So what stocks are you buying? That's the first thing. What company stocks are you buying? Because there are some stocks I would not encourage people to buy. That's the first. Number two, when we say equity could mean that you are buying an individual company stock. That's number one. Stocks could mean you are buying what we call ETFs, exchange traded funds. What does ETF mean? This is MTN. This is Airtel. Microsoft in the middle. I don't want to use Microsoft. Let's say Glo in the middle. Somebody decided and said, instead of you, let's assume MTN is orange. Airtel is watermelon. Glo is banana. Somebody is now asking the question, me, I don't want to just drink orange juice. I want to drink mixed juice. That's ETF. Somebody blend all the three fruits together and then is selling it for you. Remember, sometimes what all the three companies I've mentioned now, they are tech companies. If there's one destabilization to tech related or one policy that affects tech or one pronouncement from Donald Trump that affect tech companies, it means that particular ETF you buy, the prices will go down. But assuming somebody is doing another blended fruit juice, telecoms, banking, the person just bring from different sector. It means if anything happens to one sector, it might not affect the other sector. So it's about which stocks are you buying? Are you buying individual stocks, or you are buying a combination of blended fruits? So that's the first question you need to answer, which I'm not sure you have the answer. So you need to think about that. And number two, which of these blended stock are you buying, or which of these individual stock are you buying? Having said that, number two, I've seen people asking questions, where do you want to buy stock? If you want to buy stock, it's so democratized and so easy now. The days of you need to buy from a stockbroker is gone. And I'm begging on you, that days are gone. The fintech companies have really democratized things for us. So you can do Bamboo app. That's one app I'm going to be holding a lot of people's hands to do this year. Its accessibility is a bit better now. If you can't, you can do on Cowrywise. Cowrywise also sells stocks on their apps. I think those are two apps. And if you feel, you want to buy directly from a stock registrar, I mean, the likes of Meristem, you can go there with them. Meristem have a app. FDH have a app. Go online, download their app. Yeah. For Bamboo, you can download their app. For Cowrywise, you can download, and you will see Nigerian stocks there. And you can buy, and you register. Of course, they'll do, at first, you will need to hold on for you to get your clearinghouse number, your CHN, and then they will generate your CSCS for you. The CHN is unique to you and it's not to anyone. So that if anything happens, all your stocks, that's one number that shows all the stocks you have in case of anything that they can see from anywhere. So this is what I would encourage people to do. But like I say, there is volatility in the market, but never panic. In late October, early November 2025, Donald Trump made a statement, and the whole stock market went down. And people were so afraid. They started pulling out their money, like, what is going to happen in Nigeria? And for a few persons who reached out to me, I told them, just leave your money, stay calm. The essence of you having a robust, diverse portfolio is that you put your money in different assets. You put your money in stocks, you put your money in treasury bills or money market, you put your money in as simple as, for example, gold. So you are diversifying your portfolio so that if anything is affecting one, the other ones can help you balance back. Please, every investment has risk. Let's put that here. But one thing I've learned is that it's better to take an action than not to take. And I can tell you once again, nobody, if you invest in the right stock last year, nobody invests money without making profit in the last stock, in the exchange market 2025. I'm going to stop there. Next question, please. Next question.
Well, I think we have some questions. Sorry, Mr. Razak. I think we have some questions on the platform. Do you want to go through those questions?
Okay, let me go through some of them. Let me go through some of those questions. I think I've answered one of the questions, the one on where can you get the stock. Let me quickly go through it.
Hassan. Look at it.
Okay. Somebody asked the question on iRisk. I think I've responded to it. Somebody have validated the issue about the gold resources. Somebody said if I can share the slide with them, if you are a member of the community, I will definitely share with you. I'm not sure. I think I've responded. Somebody said, what are the appropriate channels to buy equity? If it is stocks, I've given you up where you can buy it. You can buy it on those apps that I mentioned. If you are the type that is more of a traditional person, maybe you can just Google from wherever you live, Meristem, AfriInvest. But honestly, you don't need to stress yourself. Just go to your mobile app and download it. It's really, really democratized now. And you don't need large money. Yeah, with 5,000, you can start buying stocks. I can tell you that for free with 5,000. So you don't need to, not until you have 100,000. They've made us feel that's the yeah, you don't need to wait and have those high money. If somebody asks what's the appropriate channels to buy bonds from. For bonds, they come out most times every month. I think the best option I'll ask you to do is consider downloading the AfriInvest. And then if you download AfriInvest, you can reach out to their customer care. They always publish available bonds every month. Again, if you're a member of the Money Mindset community, that's one of the things I think we post on the WhatsApp group for people. So even apart from AfriInvest, other ones we can share. So, but that'll be my response if you want to buy bonds. Yeah, somebody said about AfriInvest. I think we've talked about. So, any other question? I think I've responded to those questions in the chat box. Question, comments. Somebody's asking, can you permit those who are on this call to register for the Money Mindset community? Should I do that? Let's see if I see 2 people seconding that, then I'll probably consider it. If I see 2 people who second that, then I'll consider that. Yeah. Okay, I've seen one more person. If I see one person. Okay, so I'll consider that at least for the first year. Yeah, so if you want to register, please just private chat me and I'll drop the details for you to register for the Money Mindset community. But I can put it in the chat box. You can just make your payment to the account number I'm dropping in the chat box. So you can make your payment to that. Any other question? Any other question?
Hi, Mr. Isaac. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Isaiah Daniel, Lagos, Nigeria. I don't have question. Just want to share briefly my experience with the Money Mindset last year. For those who are doubting if their funds will bring back equity or bring back product. For someone like me, when it comes to financial wise, I do not have much control over it. And thanks to the Money Mindset community, last year I had a lot of clarity personally and entrepreneurship wise. God bless Mr. Razak, and I pray for more wisdom and guidance to lead the community. Majority of some of us that were there last year, we turned again this year because we saw a value for the little chicken change we paid. And honestly speaking, with this first class we've had this year, one thing I've said to myself is that no matter what it is, I must be at home on the Saturday, even if I have one day, I must be at home on or before 5:30, so that I can sit down, have the class in a serene and quiet environment. Because most of my classes last year, I was on motion, I was just distracted and stuff like that. But despite that, I still got value out of whatever I paid there. I think we didn't even pay up to whatever, but the value I got personally and the insight I got in terms of financial management, it has really helped me so far. And I look forward breaking more barriers that I've always found myself in. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. And I hope seeing others joining this community this year. Thank you.
Thank you for the testimony. I appreciate, even though I didn't ask, but I really appreciate that. Thanks for the feedback of how the Money Mindset community helped you last year. And I look forward to having more people. It's just a way of structuring and ensuring that we do better in our personal finances. As I've always said, it's not until you earn millions or you earn tens of millions before you can have a better personal finance. It's the little habit and structure you put into it that will help you. Having said that, at this moment, I would want to wrap up if there are no questions. Any question or any comment one more time? I think I've responded to all the comments in the chat box. I would want to wrap up with the following things. Number one, It is one thing for you to have an information. It is another thing for you to act on it. Listening to this session, amazing, thumbs up. But what would make the best for you is when you take the action. So I'm begging you, even if you are not going to be part of the money mindset community, even if, please take action. Take action. I beg of you. Poverty is becoming a norm in our land. Begging is becoming a norm in our land. And the reality is, it's because we are not taught the principles of personal finance. So I am begging of you, please do better with your personal finance. Please, Pico, take action. Don't just listen. Don't just start the year with, I want to get it done. I want to remove it. And yet, by February, March, the whole thing is. So I want to encourage you, take action. Number 2, it's not yet over. Maybe you took the personal self-assessment question. I was like, why do I want to start? I only have 2 no's. Yes, some people were there before you. That challenge you're going through, someone is there, has been there before. Someone is currently there with you that you don't even know. And someone is still going to experience it later tomorrow. The difference between each of you is how you take action and how you take structured approach or how you find yourself solving it. Number 3, document. You see, I've come to realize, even beyond our personal finances, part of the biggest problem we have, we don't journal. Physical journaling, we don't do. They do digital journal, you don't do. Can you spend a bit of time to document? I want to do this, I want to do that. Nowhere it is written. It is in your head. When it is not written, then it is not, you are not yet ready for it. Write it down. Please, Pico, I beg of you. Whatever you say you aspire, maybe it's something you want to be in the next 4 years, or something, even it's as simple as that tangible small thing you want to do, write it down. See, writing it down does not mean you have to pick a pen and be looking for a book. As simple as your WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you can chat with yourself. Go to WhatsApp and search for your name, yourself. I'm not saying somebody else. And just drop a message there. And maybe later you can come back and look for it. In fact, write an email to yourself. In case you are looking so far, like my phone can be lost. I can misplace my phone. Write an email to self. Type the email, put your own email there. And send it to yourself. My plan for 2026. Even if that's 3 things, it doesn't need to be as bulky. Number 4, gratitude. Be grateful. Because you see, this is our mindset. It's very important. The fact that you are alive, be grateful. The fact that you can still think, you can still act. Some people, they are thinking for them. They are making decisions for them. It's not their wish. Be grateful. Gratitude. See positive things. Every time, don't spend too much of your time on weakness. What's my weakness? I've come to realize that the best people who take things or who get things done are people who use their strength more. Leverage on your strength and not every time looking at your weaknesses. Spend more time to ask yourself, what's my strength? And how did I acquire this strength? And use that to address those issues or gaps you have in your weaknesses. At this moment, I wish you the best in your endeavors. I wish you the best in your personal finance journey. And if you're always willing to join the Money Mindset community, please feel free. It's open and our official class kicks off from next week, Saturday. I wish you the best in all your journey and do have a lovely weekend. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you very much, Rosa. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night.